everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 96 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I am surprised to say we are nearing in on episode 100. It feels like just yesterday that we started this new Let's Play series, but I also guess that's what happens when you only have one series running on your channel at a time. You burn through those things really quickly, so that's cool. So last episodes, a bunch of them, we've been doing blood magic. I'm playing with that. Ready to take a break from that for a little bit. And just peek in on my nuclear setup for a second, but that's not what we're doing this episode. I just wanted to come check on it. But everything's running good. We've got lots of fissile fuel. We've got lots of power production. I had to turn this guy off for a little bit because he was just chewing up my power. Yeah, we had a net gain going on, but then we were getting low on fissile fuel, and I had to run some miners and stuff. But hey, look, we're up to 550 billion RF, so I'll take that. Not too shabby. What I'd like to do today is check out a mod that we don't super need to do, but I'd also like to play with, just to see how it goes. What I'd like to toy with, if I may, is environmental tech. That mod has been updated to 1.16, and it comes with a bunch of different changes. I'm not sure how stable or complete it is. Like, I see that. I don't think there's solar panels yet, right? Am I missing that? I don't think so. I think right now the main thing is that there's the CCUs that will mine for you and generate resources, but I don't think like solar panels are implemented yet. I don't think a lot of other stuff is implemented yet. So let's toy with it, see what kind of features it has, see what kind of things we can make. And the other reason I'm kind of kicking this off is just like previous versions, you basically have to build a tier 1 CCU with resources you have available. That will generate the resources for a tier 2. Once you have enough, you can build it, which will generate the resources for a tier 3. Once you have enough, you can build it, which will generate the resources for a tier 4, etc., etc., etc. So kicking off the tier 1 now, we'll probably just spend like one episode on this, taking a look at what you can do with environmental tech, and then we'll change gears, do another mod for a little bit while this is all running and generating resources. Then we'll come back to it in a few episodes and be like, all right, now we got all the stuff to make tier 2. Let's, like, you know, have fun. And that's kind of the plan. So I don't know, is there a book? Is there a book for this guy? So I can see on the tooltip we see this stuff, so that's cool. Was there an environmental tech book? I don't see one. There's the technology guide to RF tools. I don't see a book for environmental tech though, which is a thing. Okay. So I guess we'll just kind of have to wing it and figure it out. I think that there's some mechanical differences too. So if you saw me playing with it on ForgeCraft, you'll know a little bit about what's new. If you didn't, you'll learn now, because now there's this stuff. There's the memory programmer. That's going to be one of your crafting components, and I'm not too sure how this all works, so we're going to have to kind of play with it. This thing just has a cool animated texture, so I'm like, what is that thing? That looks neat. But let's teach you some recipes first, right? So like right down the line for all the things we're going to need to know, let's get her going. So a lens, that looks cool. A laser diode, sure, why not? Lens grinder, okay, yeah. I'm assuming this is just, I don't know that I need a pattern for this, so I'm going to skip lens grinder. Flash memory we might need a pattern for, so we'll do that one. Lens grinder and memory programmer I'm going to need, an assembler, but I think these things are all like machines to make resources. RGB controller is kind of neat, we'll check that out because it looks cool. And then we're also going to want the litherite void ore miner, right? So for that, structure panels, cool. Laser diode. So a lot of these guys need a couple things like obsidian plates, which again, I do not want you to be the crying obsidian. So please, no. Let's just do normal obsidian, okay? That'd be nice. And what else do we got in environmental tech to check out in terms of things? I know that there was a couple things in here that I saw that I need. I think this one, CPU, that looks cool. Litherite crystals you can craft manually. I think I'll do this one because it uses the least number of emeralds, which is, I don't think we're like short on emeralds. Yeah, no, we have a lot of emeralds. We're good. But might as well be efficient on those while we can, because that's the thing. We have far more ender pearls and nether quartz, I assume, than emeralds. Well, that assumption's probably specious at best. But that 512 looks like the max number that the drawer can hold, so I'm not too concerned. Cool. So these are all like kind of the prerequisites for crafting, if you will. Flash memory, CPU, volatile memory. I don't know if we did volatile memory. So that looks all pretty good. So let's see what we can make given, you know, all this stuff. Sound like a plan? I like it. All right, so first things first, let's get ourselves a lens grinder. Cool. Yep. Let's get ourselves a memory programmer. And this guy might need some structure panels, so maybe I'll add this to the autocraft thing. Might as well do it now, right? We should do that. So structure panel, where is that guy at? So we should do litherite structure. These guys we should add the recipe for, right? Structure panel we should add the recipe for. Litherite, this litherite interconnect needs the assembler. But we're going to need redstone imbued obsidian plates, which also needs the assembler. So we'll keep those two things in mind as something we may... I'm not sure if we can automate that block or not. I guess we'll try and see what happens. Seemed like a fair thing to do. So we've got the assembler. That's what we want to make now. The thing with the assembler is we didn't have flash memory. I thought we did flash memory. Maybe not. Didn't we, though? Flash memory. Yeah, do the thing. Assembler. You know how to make those. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, JEI and refined storage don't recognize those. One of the two doesn't recognize them as something that'll behave, but that's okay. And then memory programmer, this is for the flash memory. So remember in the previous versions of environmental tech where you would have separate miners for things like dirt and grass versus ores versus plants and trees, right? In this new version, it's all the same multi-block miner structure, but there's flash memory you install into it to tell it what type of things to mine. So if you know what that means, cool. If you're not sure what I just said, you'll find out in a minute. So that looks pretty straightforward to me. So that's cool. All right, so let's check out these 3 blocks. I don't know if they need power or what their deal is. I'm going to take the mechanical squeezers out of the room. And I'm also going to take this hopper pot out of the room. Because I'm going to argue that we don't need most of these blocks anymore. This is always just... This room right here has kind of always been my, I got some stuff to toy with room, right? So this guy obviously needs RF. So let's get a ultimate pipe for him. And anybody else who needs RF should be cool. I don't know if these guys need RF. They may not. It looks like they do. So yeah, they're all good to go. Nice. Look at all this stuff. So we've got the memory programmer. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. When we build our first multi-block thing, we can program flash memory to specify like what type of thing to mine for. That sound cool? I like it. Looks pretty neat, right? I like it. There's also a configure side IO button here, so it looks like you can define which sides of the block receive or import or output from which. So that's neat. I like that. So that means automation is definitely doable. And then there's lens grinder. This is where you can build your custom lenses, it looks like. So if you wanted an orange lens or a red lens or something like that, looks like you would put a lens in here and output it out there. I don't know if there's anything JEI-wise. Lens grinder. Yeah. Nope, really. Cool. So the assembler is what we need to get. So the first thing for sure that we need and want is the litherite void miner CCU. So let's get the components that we need to make this thing. So what I'm going to do is grab a quick screenshot of this so I can reference it in the future. So we need 2x laser cores. We need 20 frames of tier 1. And the way this works in environmental tech is when you're making a tier 1 void ore miner, you need to use tier 1 structure frames. When you're making a tier 2 void ore miner, you need to use tier 2 structure frames, etc., etc. So basically, you know, match the frames equal to or higher, but like, why would you have a higher tier frame? I don't think there's any reason to do that. Just to make that work, right? So yeah, you can see here it even tells you need the 44 frames, tier greater than or equal to 3. Cool. Lens holders, some modifiers. So for the tier 1, right, we need laser core times 2, which seems pretty straightforward. We're going to need a laser lens holder times 1. Okay. Now, did we teach you structure frames? We did. Litherite structure frames times 20. So we need 20 litherite interconnects. So let's see if this thing's automatable. Because litherite interconnects... is this. And litherite crystals we know how to make. Redstone imbued is also... So this one we also have to make in the assembler. So we're going to have to figure out a way to make it so that he auto-crafts, right? I might want to move this into the basement or something, because moving him into the basement might be smart. These two are like one-time use. This is the kind of thing we want to automate. So let's do that, actually. Let's put this here. Let's break this guy. We'll do this. And so your lens grinder and memory programmer are good to go. This guy's going to come into the basement with me, and we're going to see if we can automate him in an intelligible way. So here's what I'm thinking. If you could see my face right now. Look, I appreciate you guys, but also I don't appreciate you guys. Look at all the inventory mess I got. So yeah, what we're going to want to do is find a nice spot to automate this bad boy. So how about our sub-basement? That's where we've kind of been automating miscellaneous things, right? That seems sort of like a plan. Yeah. I like that. It's a basement. Doesn't have to be perfect looking. Shh. Just go with it. Okay. So, assembler. You're going to go here. Probably in the corner. With a flux point under you, so I don't have to run cabling. And that makes life easier, right? So let's automate the redstone imbued obsidian plate first. So we've got 4 redstone dust and obsidian plate. So let's test... I have an idea on how I can probably do this, and I have a suspicion on a nuance of how this is probably going to have to work. So let's see what happens if I use an ultimate mechanical pipe. No, logistical transporter. Like so. And we're also going to want you to get me my... this thingy. And Squeezer, you can go away. I don't need you guys at the moment. Boop, boop. Right, so if I told you, for sidedness, the right side is where we want to import everything, are you smart enough to automatically distribute this? Or are you going to put 4 redstone in this slot, right, and 1 obsidian? And that, like, I don't know. We're going to find out. So let's find out. This is the question is, do we have to be smart about this automation? Did I miss a part where that didn't get registered correctly? Yeah? Yeah? Is that working? Hello. Okay, so that did a thing. I mean, that is the right side of the block, right? Interesting. Interesting. Let me break you. Let me replace you. Yeah, see, that's what I was concerned about it doing. That's a little bit of what I was concerned about it doing. I also want to know why right by itself isn't working. Now I need to test and figure out which one of these inventory slots, because I think its facing must be wrong if it doesn't think that that's right. Top? No. Left? Yes. Okay, so does it not know it's left from its right? I feel like that's the situation we find ourselves in, right? So I put you in there. There's nothing. I tell this guy, insert from left. And then boom. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. But it definitely doesn't make sense. Are you with me? So here's the deal. Let's say I want to test this component of it, right? So you're going to be left. You're also going to be left. You're left, and you're left. Can I make you logistical transporter? Let's do this one, which moves 1 item at a time. And I'm sure this is my curiosity. So the ultimate logistical transporter moves like many items at once, right? It moves 128 items per second. The basic one does 2 per second. So my question is this block smart enough to automatically load balance items coming in? It obviously doesn't automatically load balance them once they're already in, but now we're going to test this component of it. So if we're lucky, this will be cool. If we're not, I have a solution. Psst, this is the part where you do something. Oh, right, I have to put stuff in there. Yeah. Okay, I know what I'm doing. No, it does not. Okay, so if we want to automate this, which we do, okay, what we're going to need to do that is we're going to need to round robin the inserts into specific sides. So let's make you top, okay, let's make you left, let's make you right, let's make you bottom, and let's make you front. And we're going to make you back, okay? So 5 imports, 5 exports, or 1 export, right? And what I'm probably going to need to do, because we're already using the bottom here, I may need to, in fact, use the entangled mod for this. So we're going to get an entangled block. We're going to get the entangler. That's Ritual Tinker. This is not also what I'm looking for. This is entangled binder. Cool. All right. So what we're going to want to make this behave is a logistical sorter. Okay. And we're going to configure this thing to specifically control how you're going to export this thing. So I'm going to bind you and link you there. And hopefully I can make this behave. So basically the way I set it up is all the sides, the top, the bottom, the left, and the right are where we want the redstone to go. And the middle is where we want, or the front is where we want the obsidian plate to go, right? So we're gonna wanna do that with logistical transporters with coloring, right? So basically, you guys, and I'm probably gonna need to move this chest, so we'll just move it now. But all you guys are gonna be on different sides with different colors. Now, the things that are going to match are going to be the same color, but I don't know everything that needs to be crafted with this thing, so I should be a little bit smart about it. So let's do this. An assembler. What other recipes do you have? That matches. That could be cool. I think we can probably make this work with almost every recipe, but we'll have to test it. But I think we can. We'll find out. Specifically you. Yeah, you should be fine. Cool. Cool-ish. Let's try it with things, right? So you're going to be blue, not the front. The front's going to be green. Left and right will be blue. You weren't supposed to do that, buddy. You're going to be blue. Top and bottom will be blue. And then you're going to be an export. So you're going to be like that. Cool. And then what we're going to want is connections here. And those connections may need something like this so that it can route well. I'm not paying perfect attention to how this looks, but I mean, it should get the gist going. Because the items need to route appropriately. That should be cool. Okay, we'll find out. And then we're going to do a chest with a logistical transporter. Probably like here-ish. It looks a little dire wiry, and you're not wrong. But remember, the items won't be able to pass through the blue one if they're not colored blue. So we need to make sure that there's a uncolored connection that paths all the way somewhere. Right? So we need to be prepared for that. Like, so if it needs to get over here, from here, it can't just go across through this blue line. I mean, for this one it can, but if these need to be different colors, it can't. And we need to prepare for that because I might need to change these colors later. But like the green one, for example, if it couldn't go here to here to here because this is blue and the item is colored green. So that's why we need these uncolored connections for it to path its way through to. And we'll just, you know, have fun toying with mechanisms pathing logic. Aha. So I think you go that way. I can never tell what direction you're supposed to face. Okay? But what we're going to do sends a single item instead of a whole stack each time. Boom. We want that turned on. Round robin cycles between all connected inventories when sending items. We also want that on. Ejects unfiltered items automatically to connected inventories using the default configuration. Yeah, no, we don't want that. So we want redstone to go out. Size mode off, fuzzy mode off, allow default off. We want you to go to blue, right? So redstone goes into the blue sides. And then we want you to go into the green side, buddy. Okay? And that's all she wrote. I think that's correct. No default color. Awesome. Redstone signal ignored. Now, I can never remember how to make this thing run. Do I have to, like, do this? For some reason, I have, like, a block in my brain on how to make this thing actually start going. But I think that's the gist. Now, do I have to give you a redstone signal to make you run? I forget. I'll have to go peek at the one. You know what I could also do is go peek at the one out here. Because this is another one I set up. This will help me remember what direction it needs to be on. So yeah, that's definitely that. Cool. Why do I always have a block on how to make this thing start running? I don't know what my brain, what gripe my brain has with this thing, but there's something that I need to do to make it start running, and I don't know. Allow default off, min 0, max 0, size mode off, fuzzy mode off. Yeah, no, that looks right. How do I make this thing run again? Auto, ejects unfiltered items. I might need to turn auto on, we'll see. Well, let's put items in and see what happens. I feel like I'm missing a step, but like, let's try it, right? So if I put 4 of these and 1 of these in here, oh good, it's working. Oh no, it's not working. You should have round robined, sir. Cycles between all connected inventories when sending items. So the problem might be... I might have to do this modular routers too, by the way. I might do that. I might wind up doing that. There's a couple ways we can probably logic this, but I was hoping that round robin would support my needs. And it doesn't seem to be. Let me just have, like, the bare necessities here for now. I was really hoping round robin would do its thing. Why you know round robin? Why you know round robin? Size mode on has no effect current because single item mode is turned on. Min 1, max 1. Does that sound smart? See if that works. Boo! Boo! Boo, I say. I was hoping that would be like, that's the max items available in the target, right? Like you can only have up to 1. Fuzzy mode. I don't know if there's a way for this to work. I'd really hoped it would, but it's probably recognizing it as the same inventory, even though it's 4 different sides of the same inventory, and that's probably why it's not working. So I might need to do this instead of with this guy. Maybe we'll do it, and in fairness, I think this means I don't have to do it in such a convoluted way. I was just hoping that we could use round robin as a fun alternative, but modular routers might be the solution here. Might be the solution. I don't know if modular routers allows me to be all sneaky about it, right? But I might be able to do this with modular routers. Let's try it and see what kind of luck we can have. So if I wanted a modular router, right, we would need the router itself, the item router. And then we would want polar modules, probably several polar modules, Mark II. Do you clear MBT like this? You look like you do, so that's cool. That's also a polar module, Mark II, so that's cool. I also want a sender module. I guess I don't have sender modules ready. So sender module mark 1. Ender pearls. Good to go. Cool. So let's try this approach. Okay, so for modular routers, what we would want, let's assume that there's a chest here. Okay, we're going to pull from the chest. Okay. And for modular routers, is there like an exact mode? Regulator, allow precise control over how many items are kept in an inventory. Pushing augment, that's not that. Delay augment, mimic augment, fast augment, sync, stack upgrade, speed upgrade. None of this really sounds like what I want. High performance, high capacity filter for large numbers of items. Bulk item filter. Inspection filters, various properties on the items, mod filter, regex filter. We'll see. So if I wanted, first off, sender module, puller module. So if we wanted to pull from that chest, whitelist would be redstone. If I put a regulator augment in here, you think it would pull 4 redstone at once? That could be cool. I don't know if it works in this thing, but we'll find out. So if I put 4 redstone in there, will you do that? Psst, this is the part where you should work. Yes, that's the inventory. Puller, mark 2. Yeah, that should pull it, right? Whitelist, redstone. Actually, yeah, why aren't you working? That should work. I mean, the sender module would go here. But you're, you know, always running, so run. There is redstone in this inventory, right? Why do I feel like this is the simplest thing in the world and all of a sudden it's not behaving? Maybe you don't like the regulator augment? Yeah, you don't like the regulator augment. Okay. That's fair. Now you should also, you know, you don't have a sidedness, do you? You may not have a sidedness control. I don't think you do. Man, this is more complicated than I thought it would be. I thought this would not be hard, but it's actually tricky. How to automate this block. This is a challenge. This is a challenge. I don't think you get to control sidedness, can you? I think what you can do, hold on, is it the side you click on? Does that make a difference? So if I clicked on the top of you, up, yes. So if I did that, he should now be inserting into the top. Aha, that's cool. All right. So I think I have a way to do it, but I don't love the way you have to do it. I want to pull all 4 at once, and then I'll be happier. If I can pull all 4 at once, I'd be happy. How about... Because there's the stack upgrade, increases the number of item processed per tick. That's the upgrade version of that. Does this go in there? Is there an upgrade module? Fast pickup augment, mimic pickup delay, pushing augment, range, redstone, regulator, allows the module to process multiple. Let me try this. Because if I can get him to do 4 items at once, I'll be pretty pleased about that. So if I put you in here... Let's take you out for a sec. 2, 2. That's what I want to see. Now, if I put another one in here, check this out. This is now going to pull 4. You ready? 4 in one go. But not more than 4, 4 per go. So if I give you, 12 of these, you'll do 4 at a time. Perfect. That's what I want. Okay, so now check this out. You ready? Watch this. So we're going to do sender mark 2, right? So give me you for a sec. All right, so this is on the up direction. So you're going to insert into the up, and then you're going to insert into the down. Because remember, these will run in the order that they exist, right? And then left, and then right, okay? So what'll happen is it'll pull 4 into the router, and then it'll send 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. You ready? You ready? Watch this. This should work. Boom, boom, boom. What's up? How cool is that? I love it. I love it when I figure something out. It's so great. It's so great. All right, cool. And then I want you to pull 1 from here. Okay, whitelist this. Okay, and you guys I should probably whitelist too, by the way. And I should whitelist all these. Okay, so you whitelist one of these, and then you're going to push him to the front of this block. Okay. Cool. So now, when I put this stuff in here, ta-da! That is automated. Did we do it? I think we did it. That is cool. That is cool. All right. So then we do this, and you're going to automate making 2 of these. Huh? That works. I can see that working. I can auto-craft off that now. So now if I were to get a crafter here, and I'm pretty sure this will only work if Refined Storage puts all 5 items in at the same moment, which it should, which we should be cool with. Okay, we should be able to do that. So cables, please. I'm probably gonna need a bunch because I don't want to do the whole networking cable thing. Do we have network cables over here somewhere? We kind of do. So you know what I can do? Remember this automation from how many episodes ago? Yeah, that's super short. I can definitely run that. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here, and we're going to tell you to make this, you do this. Perfect. And it's a processing thing. Okay. So you process into the chest. Okay. And then you import bus out the back of the assembler. Cool? Man, for a minute there I thought we were stuck, and then I remembered, wait, stacking modules don't do an entire stack. They do 2 and then 4 and then 8. And I was like, yes, that is your solution. Cool. So, interconnect, is that what they're called? Redstone imbued plate. So if I wanted like 10 of those, it's working. It's working. How great is that? It works. That is cool. Look at it go. Look at it go. I'm very pleased with that. I'm very pleased with that. I think that's very cool. Now let's add this. Right? So I need litherite and the redstone obsidian plate thing. So what we're going to want is this guy, Puller Module Mark II, is allowed to also pull litherite. The insert into the top is allowed to insert litherite. Nothing else is. You're allowed to pull this, and you're allowed to send this. And now, if I do these guys, he should behave. Boom, that's what's up. Boom, that's what's up. Cool. So now you guys can get a pattern. okay? And you come down here. Now, if I want, you know, let's say 20 of these, let's see if we gum something up. We might, we hopefully won't. I think it prioritizes, so it might be cool. The possible failure would be as if an obsidian plate went in with a lithium, or with a litherite crystal. We'll just have to, like, run this a few times and see if that potentially happens. It could, in theory. So, like, if we put an obsidian plate and a litherite crystal in there next to each other, that would happen. My suspicion is that that shouldn't happen, maybe? Why are you no doing the... Oh, yeah, you should be working, actually. Why is the redstone imbued obsidian plate not going through? Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. Weird that it chose to do that, but okay. My expectation is that would have all gone at once. So I don't know why that happened. You know what it might be? It might be because this guy, continue execution on match. The item will continue execute. The item router will continue executing subsequent modules, even if this module processes an item. Yeah, that's what we want, right? For everything. I don't want you to ever stop on a match. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why. It's all good though, it worked, right? All right, so that's automating the assembler from environmental tech. Is that pretty good? I think that's pretty good. Took a few iterations to get there, but I think we found a solution. So with that, I'm going to call it wrapping up point for the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will come back next time to now implement environmental tech. So I thought we would do it all in one. Took me a little longer to automate than I thought it might, but that's okay. That's part of the fun. We will have more fun next time playing with environmental tech and seeing what kind of cool stuff we can do with it. But hey, an automation episode is always a good time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, guys, take it easy.